The morning of September 2nd, 1945 marked a momentous occasion. The Allied and Japanese delegations meeting aboard the battleship USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay for the formal signing of the surrender documents, bringing World War II to an end. The sacrifices that it took to end the deadliest military conflict in history are staggering and deserve to be honored.
Oh yeah, and it is why the Fort Miles Historical Association is celebrating that 80th anniversary of this incredible milestone with an unprecedented ceremony to commemorate our past. Will Short is the Vice President of the Fort Miles Historical Association, here to tell us all about it. Thank you so much for coming into Historic Studio D.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine.
Oh, okay. Well, super. So before we get into the ceremony, can you give us a little bit of background about what Fort Miles was and is?
Fort Miles was, during World War II, coastal artillery fortification. It was built to defend the Delaware Bay and the Delaware River from attack by German surface ships. Yeah. As it turns out, no German surface ships made it over here, but boy, did we get an onslaught of submarines. So we had to kind of beef up our defenses against submarines, right. But we never had to fire the guns at Fort Miles at any enemy ships.
Oh, that's good.
How about that? Okay, so how did the fort become a museum?
Good question. So after World War II, Fort Miles was still active, although it shrunk in size. It was used to test various innovations that the Army had, and then the Navy took over kind of in 1962. They had a sound surveillance system out there looking for Soviet submarines, and then finally in '93 the Navy left, and the fort in its entirety was turned over to the state of Delaware. Yeah. So there it sat, what structures were left at Fort Miles, and then in around 2002, just as the Army Corps of Engineers were going to bulldoze down Battery 519, Fort Miles Historical Association's founder, along with the lead interpreter for DNREC, saved it and said, we're going to build a museum there. And so starting in about 2004, we started renovating the inside of this giant bunker, okay, and turn it into a museum.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And it's a wonderful museum. And it was a while back that you actually got to host one of the Doolittle Raiders, Lieutenant Colonel Richard Cole. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, wow. That's really burned into my memory. Mm-hmm. I had just joined the Fort Miles Historical Association in 2016. And Lieutenant Colonel Cole was out at Georgetown Airport for the Wings and Car Show out there, mm-hmm. and heard about Fort Miles, said, I want to come visit it. So he came to visit, and I was fortunate to be part of the group that was there to greet him and lead him on a tour. He was 101 years old, mm-hmm. no walker, no cane.
Really?
Walked the entire 425 feet of hallway to visit our 9 exhibit rooms, came back, and we exchanged gifts. We had and still have, a 100-pound bomb that Civil Air Patrol used in case they had to bomb submarines during World War II. Mm-hmm. He signed it, and then we gave him an autographed copy of a book on Fort Miles, took a photograph of it, and there it is.
Wow.
And from that, we have a special display in our art gallery of the 100-pound bomb in a glass casing with a model of B-25 Mitchell and a photograph of Dick Cole with Larry Kelly and the Ponchito. Oh, and it's on display.
I can see why that would be burned into your memory.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
Amazing.
It was.
So tell us about the ceremony that's coming up.
Ceremony is very special. It actually started with the dedication of the Missouri gun in 2016. Right. We dedicated it on September 2nd, 2016. And our president at the time, Gary Ray, said, we're going to have a ceremony every year to rededicate this, but we need to celebrate Delaware veterans that died during World War II. So we did some research and we came up with the 774 names of the Delaware service members and merchant marines that died during World War II. And we cataloged it and include their branch of service, their rate, where their hometown was, and when they died during the war. And we said every year during the ceremony, we're going to read some of these names. We're not going to read 774
Right.
because it's on Labor Day
yeah.
and it'd take forever. So we started by reading 100 names and we backed off to 50 names. So every year at the ceremony, first of all, we have the VFW 7234 Honor Guard there, best in the area, present the colors. We've got Lanny Spar, bagpiper, opening the ceremony. We do an invocation, and then we have a talk about the day of the surrender and what went on. And then after that is we read 50 names, and we build a special bell stand. So after each name, we ring a bell, toll the bell, go through all 50 names, and then after that happens, the Honor Guard does a rifle salute, and then we play taps, and then we finish the ceremony with a benediction, and then our bagpiper plays Amazing Grace.
And we have the details of that ceremony to give to you right now in case you want to go. It's happening, as we just learned, on Tuesday, September 2nd. Ceremony begins at 10 a.m. The museum is open from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's at Fort Miles, which is at the Cape Henlopen State Park. Will Short, we really appreciate you coming in and talking to us today.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to be here and share with your audience this special ceremony.
Yeah.
I hope that lots of people show up for it.
Yes.